Hello and welcome to this presentation on developing a generic API to assist with connectivity to an interoperability layer. My name is Brett Onions. I am the senior software developer working on the Kunika project. First, some background on the Kunika project. The project began in 2016. Our ultimate goal is to improve the quality of digital health systems within Malawi. We hope to achieve this through improving the supply, usage, and governance of data. To help achieve our goals, we follow the OpenHI architecture. This framework helps guide our work to achieve interoperability and improved data usage throughout the country. We will be going through a scenario to illustrate the challenges when it comes to interoperability and explain how the architecture helps address most of these issues. Here we have three organizations who are mostly isolated in their work and how their data is used. Each organization manages a set of facility data within their own internal systems. They have their own format for how the data is stored, and policies and procedures on how the system is accessed are mostly isolated to their own environments. So far, it's been successful for them. But what happens when an organization acquires data on many facilities they don't have records of? Now, it would be very time-consuming and expensive for them to go out and acquire this data all by themselves. One potential option, which is easier and more cost-effective, would be to collaborate with the other organizations so that they can share the data amongst each other. So, Organization 1 recognizes Organization 2 and 3 have data on facilities that they require. So in an attempt to help ease this issue that they're facing, they'll opt to communicate with them and share the data. But they soon find out this wasn't really as easy as they initially envisioned. So here are a few of the common issues that are faced when it comes to interoperability between systems. The first issue is one of communication. Each system has an accepted format and specific means in how it's interacted with. In this scenario, Organization 1 would have to create an adapter allowing for communication specifically with the system for Organization 2 and also create another adapter for specifically communicating with Organization 3. Second issue is conflicting data. How are duplicates handled? How are updates handled? How are inconsistencies handled? These can vary from environment to environment and can really slow down operations when not appropriately handled. The third issue would be increased complexity. What happens when a new organization or party enters and they have data that the other three do not? What happens when one organization leaves? Who has access to which parts of the data? Do they have access to all data, only a specific subset? How are these policies enforced? A solution for this is the creation of a single source of truth of data for the facilities. Communication is simplified due to all the organizations only having to communicate with one entity and not having to manage communication between each other. Conflicts are less problematic due to one party being responsible for maintaining and managing that data, and new parties can easily join in and leave without compromising the integrity of the data for the other organizations. When developing this registry that acts as a source of truth, it's important to ensure that the communication between the systems isn't platform specific and favors one party over another. Preferably, this communication would happen over HTTP using REST, as this allows for a great deal of flexibility, as the format of the data can easily adapt to all parties' needs, whether that be in the form of JSON, XML, CSV, or what other format they might desire. This strategy of creating registries that act as a single source of truth for data is highly flexible and can greatly simplify and resolve many of the complexities of interoperability. But we soon run into some issues These issues are mostly around security and ensuring the integrity of the data. This is where the interoperability layer comes in. The interoperability layer acts as a single point of entry and gatekeeper for the registries. Registries are only publicly accessible through the interoperability layer and cannot be accessed through any other means. The interoperability layer manages the authentication authorization for all parties and will greatly simplify how security is managed when it comes to communicating sensitive data. We have completed work on the facility registry, terminology service, product catalog, logistics management, and health management information system. Work on the client registry and health worker registry is in progress, and our ultimate goal is the shared health record, which will make use of the components we've worked on throughout the project to ultimately achieve the goals set up by the Kunika project. And this concludes our presentation. I hope the information was helpful, and I thank you for your time.